Hello, gamers. Or should I say, hello, lamers. You just got owned, epic style, by the biggest brain in the galaxy. Or I guess in this case, the biggest brain in the sector. Can't reach the rest of the galaxy. Not yet, anyways. Man, these Auroran ships are really pretty. You gotta admit, they do look good. A lot more pristine than the default ships in vanilla. Like, I definitely understand why the ships in vanilla look the way that they do, but, you know, my personal preference would be more something like this. Something that looks a little cutting edge, rather than, like, the product of a sector falling apart. We bobby-trapping the fuel tankers yet? Nah. We will never recover from this. Good. You're gonna carry that weight. Remember, one insult a day keeps the confidence away. This is the way it was meant to be. Is the frigate tier list getting a video? Yes. I should finish it this week. Oh, there's a lot of question marks in that description. Also harbors question mark frequency, question mark, question mark, question mark resonance, in which during by 65, 25, 50, 50, 35. This makes sense. I understand. I mean, it's just kind of obvious, really, if you think about it. Effective armor strength for damage reduction calculations by 50%. Ah. Okay. Interesting. So it has like extra hull repair built in, but the hull repair only works while the zero flux boost is active. But also it reduces the effective armor value for damage reduction. That's kind of interesting. Dude, been playing this game for years. Like, bro, it's a single player game. Jeez. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're reading. Gotta stay unpredictable. Nobody expected reading. Okay, so this is that same passive repair system. Gotcha. Weapon damage dealt... projectile velocity. Oh, it didn't... Okay, so this actually decreases the rate of fire. Which means that it generates less flux than it would... Okay. Yeah, it trades rate of fire for damage, which means it actually generates less flux than it looks like on paper. Alright, I think today we're going to focus on... Well, first of all, I need some fuel. Mostly going to focus on developing our colonies. Okay, so that's not it. This is, okay, this is a bit much. Let me adjust my settings. It's feeling a little warm in here, but I think we'll... We need a little bit more juice. Okay. Don't need that, although I guess we could activate the hyper shunt eventually. So I guess we'll throw that in storage. Oh, these guys don't have much. I could sell most of these. I guess at this point I don't really need the money. Yeah, I should well, the gate no, the gate doesn't... The gate's not set up yet. We're waiting for that. Some cool bounties. Now, that's probably something that we want. A unique mobile armor. Sniper mobile armor. We probably want to take these out if we can. Place, Japan. That's right. I don't think we need all of our contacts like this. Clear that up. Probably take those off as well. Yeah, it seems like these don't actually have time limits, so it's fine to just take them. And if we can recover those unique mobile armors, that would be sick. That might be how we, like, finish off the rest of the fleet. Morganth. New Neo-Tokyo, of course. As opposed to old Neo-Tokyo. Which portrait mod are you using? I don't think I'm... Yeah, I didn't have time to actually set up the portrait mods that replace the default portraits this week. So the anime portraits that you're seeing are just from, like, Mimikko Assistance... what's it called? Arma Armature, United Aurora Federation, that sort of thing. Good day / evening, yes. The UI2, oh, you're right, yeah. Yeah, because I do want to get that UI overhaul. As anime portraits go, these are pretty cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're different. They kind of have different art styles between them, but the Arma Armature, they decided to go with... So I believe these are AI generated, which is fair for, like, a free mod. It's not like they're... You know, it's one thing if you're creating a product that you're selling and then using AI-generated assets, but if it's like a mod that you're distributing for free, I think that's fair. And I really do like that, like, 80s anime art style. Which is fitting for, like, because that's back when, like, mecha anime were more popular, and Arma Armature is more of a mecha-oriented mod, so it makes sense. Now we just need to get human artists to bring back that art style. Oh, right. I was thinking of naming one of these guys Shinji. Whoever's going to pilot the mech needs to be Oh, wait, no. One of the Mimikko assistants is piloting the mech. Well, we're going to have to get one of these guys named Shinji and put them in a mech at some point. This is just like, you know, non-negotiable, obviously. Frontal shield conversion. I don't mind if I do. Don't really need crew. I think we're good at this point. Morganthi. Man, we really guzzle fuel, huh? Straight up guzzling. Alright, let's just double check. Okay, so I did install the Scalartech. Great. 30,000 a month. Awesome. Ludic majority? Sweet. It's kind of perfect as a starter colony, really. +2 farmland, some moderate ore, +2 organics, soil nanites farming, and now we get mining for these, and then we can do light industry. That's gonna be nice. It's time for recreational drugs. Shooting up the pink sauce. Is this what they mean when they say, goated with the sauce? Possibly, possibly. I'll have to consult with some experts to see if that's truly the academic meaning of that phrase. Okay, we should probably just kill this guy first, right? Giant Arman. Center of a system with a giant primary star. So it's one of these two. Alright, well, let's go. Is there any gates nearby? Because we can't go straight to our... Yeah, there is. Spindle. Okay. Let's pop over to Spindle. If I'm not wrong, you can pick up some supplies from the beach planet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did check that when we were doing the quest line. At the start, they weren't available. They might be available now. Not that we need it anyways. We've got enough. Doesn't mining remove LUT majority? It does? Ah. You might be right about that. Well, the upside to that is we wouldn't have to deal with the church crisis. But you might have a point. We probably want to do that last. We probably want to do that last. Still can't believe a nice faction like the UAF doing drug trade. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe there's a lore reason. Why do they just allow the drug trade to happen? Are they stupid? Is there a lore reason for that? Who knows? Farming, light industry, and commerce, because it's the only three industries they tolerate? Yeah. It is kind of meant to be a trade-off, where because they only tolerate 3 industries, if you have a fully size 6 planet, and you want that 4th industry, you have to give up the majority bonus. Which, to be honest, is usually worth it. It does kind of depend. Like, if it had no organics on that planet, then I probably wouldn't bother with the mining. But the fact that it's got +2 organics, which then feeds directly into the light industry, that does help a lot. Quick request defense fleet. Size 86, 34,000. I think we'll pass on that. Interesting, though. Looks like we found another gate. That's cool. And... so it's not this one. Okay. It's the other giant star. Well, at least we found a gate. That's pretty cool. Gatto. Yeah, miners are biologically required to consume drugs. Well, that's the thing. They actually don't need the drugs. This is something that people do get tripped up on, is that mining doesn't actually need the drugs income to function. The only penalty that happens if you don't get enough drugs is that the colony growth penalty. But if you don't have enough drugs, like, the mining output isn't affected. It's just that people... It seems like the way that it works is that they can do their job just fine without drugs. It's just that nobody wants to move there if they don't have the drugs. So it's more like they require... miners require drugs to reproduce. Definitely one of the all-time sentences, honestly. But you cannot deny that is a fact of how it works in this game. Not bad. This is the kind of planet that could serve as a military HQ. You've got both resources, some mining, refining, and then cryo engine can all fit on this planet. Not that we're going to colonize it. On a semi-serious note, drug running is how I usually make my first million. Yeah, it's a very efficient strategy for just making money. Obsidian, you say? Oh, they've got multiple Gundams, huh? Let's see. Oh, we can pay them taxes, is that it? This is probably a bug, if I had to guess. We can file our taxes with a guy that we're hunting down on a bounty. Oh. Apparently they're still... Apparently, yeah, okay, it's an assassination, so I guess that makes sense. Because it's from the bounty, they're not deserters, like you would normally see. They seem to be just hanging around the jump point. I guess I can have a look to see if there's a hypershunt. There could be. Nah, guess not. No such luck. Cooler equals Aussie. Yep, checks out. You do have a point. So you're saying your name is Cooler Guy, and yet Australia is known for being hot. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, now we've got it. They forgore. Thankfully. Oh, this should be a bloodbath. I think I'll leave the AI to pilot this one. We'll just watch. Observe. Yeah, that thing is interesting, but we'll probably replace that mech with some of the more unique ones. Taxation is theft. Lud wouldn't want you to falter before thieves. I don't know. I think he actually agrees on this point. I mean, have you met the Luddic Path? They demand a lot of taxes. They're probably on the same page with that one, to be honest. I don't think the Luddic Path is very libertarian. Yeah, get his ass. Yeah, see, that one's got large slots, even though it's a mech. And then you've got the sniper mech. Those are some big-ass Gundams. Yeah, he's got 2 large slots, but he's equipped with double Devastators, so he can't really do anything against shields. Ah, I see, okay. It's got... Yeah, that one has safety overrides. Okay, that's kind of an interesting idea. Devastators with safety overrides. Not the craziest thing. Double squall, huh? Yeah, and you can see when the snipers are activating their ability because this ring appears, showing that they've got a boosted range. I mean, so far we seem to be doing fine. We're not really making much progress, though, but I assume that's because the super carrier hasn't arrived yet. Oh, shit. Okay, don't run into that. Okay, you're good. Here comes the Breve. There it is. And then there should be a third shockwave? Yep, there it is. Oh, there's a... Wow. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? What's that lightning bolt? Has it been disabled by something? Like, what is that? You know what? It might be... I'm guessing one of the mods probably adds that symbol if their engines are flamed out. Although I'm not sure which one would do that, to be honest. It's kind of a neat idea. It does help get you a bit of an understanding of the battlefield situation. God, it's so... The Lynx is so insane. Go ahead, fire a semi-brief. Do it. Commit friendly fire. You know you want to. Oh, there's actually still one more. I thought that was over. So I think this is the unique one. The snipers weren't unique, but this guy is. He's got a little phase fighter helping him out. And the phase fighter is also a mech with a sword. That's kind of cool. I'll give you that. A phase mech with a sword. Huh. Is that mini brief going to, yeah, just be careful. Oh, it didn't even one-shot it, damn. Yeah, it just broke off the outer armor. Okay. Now he's gone. Alright, cool. Isn't the lightning bolt mothball ships? Oh, you might be right. That might be the symbol for it. If that's the case, but that shouldn't be the case, because it had, like, 60% combat readiness. If it was mothballed, it would be 0. Consider ship recovery. Standard mobile armor. Are you sure? I thought this one was, like, unique. Oh, whatever. There's also one of these, but we don't really need that. Yeah, I guess I'll just grab the mechs. Drag them home. Is this a fighter or what? Because it says it costs 0 supplies. Well, whatever. I guess we just take these home. Oh, it looks like somebody already built the nav buoy in the center array, so that's nice. Going to have to scrap one of those for the gate, but that's fine. Let's see. A bunch of new crap. I think for some reason that carrier is the automated version, the one made for AI. Really? That would be odd. Oh yeah, you guys would be mad, huh? I guess we'll kill you too. I mean, why not? Yeah, what's a little murder on the side, huh? What's a little murder between friends, am I right? Cotton, my boy? Surely you would agree. Oh, wait, hold on. It's even got blinking lights. Look at that. The red one on the nose and the green one on the sides. Man. The ships just look so cool. Alright, Lynx. Crush his balls. Probably click on a ship that's a bit slower. I'm not even sure we need to deploy to the supercarrier for this one. In fact, we probably didn't. I really do... Oh god, that's... getting hit in the ass by your own mini-brief is definitely something. Yeah, I really need to give this thing Omni shields. The AI is just not handling the frontal shield all that good. Harpoons neutralized. Now, at the very least, the Luddic Path has a lot of bricks, which are really nice for big missiles. The perfect target. Because they don't actually have the point defense to stop something like a mini-brief. But the damage of the mini-brief is actually needed here. Yeah, okay, I think that's fine. That's why I'm not a fan of the brief. I mean, it does have a... I mean, if friendly fire is its biggest weakness, then... that's a good weakness to have, I would say. As far as problems go, it's a good problem to have. Besides, it's not like we lost any ships. No big deal. And that just about wraps it up. Man, it'll never not look weird when you've got fighters the size of frigates. All we need is like a Luddic Path overhaul of something like this. Some Luddic Path mechs. That'll be the day. What are we at? 3 story points? Okay. Not bad. Right, we gotta save more story points so we can get this. Yeah, we don't have more A. Should probably get some alpha cores then. Yeah, Scythe of Orion is definitely on the table. Should probably talk to Kanta as well. Alright, let's pack up some fuel. Is this UAF? It kind of looks similar in art style. But she doesn't seem to be wearing like a UAF uniform. Actually, not sure. Oh, I also have to do... Right. I also have to go find the Mark 1 so I can actually start hunting threat. That's another thing I've got to get done. We've got a lot of quests to do. High energy focus. Yellow primary star. Okay, and then we could go to the bounty board. Is there any new ones? There is. Save the children. Still doesn't work. Ah, this one as well. Okay, and it's in the same area. It's got a gown. It's got a uniquely modified, what's it called? Sky class. It's got a gown, it's got a bunch of filaments. This is, yeah, I want this one, for sure. Okay. Red primary star. Gotcha. So I think we'll go do that, then we'll go to the core worlds to cover some bounties. Or some quest lines. No gates. Oh, let's just drive straight there then. Come on, kiddos, it's time for a road trip. The old slot is technically a UAF ship if you don't think about it. You know, that's a good piece of advice. If you don't think about things, one thing can become another thing. Oh, you're right, drop off the mothballed ships, of course. I did forget to click those buttons. We will customize you later. Maybe level up these guys too while we're at it. What do you want? Tempest, right? I don't think I want any of those for Tempest, to be honest. What are you piloting? The that's right, the Rasengan. Rasengan. Razzle Dazzle. I'm not too sure you're going to continue piloting this one, but I guess for now. This one does boost its weapon range, so gunnery implants is probably not a bad idea. And you've already got ballistic mastery. So that definitely fits. Target analysis is an easy choice. Benjamin Fisher. You're probably going to have to be Shinji. Well, if we find a level 7 officer, we can replace him. Yes, the only one I can't is you. I could mentor, but I'm going to have to save that for now. I mean, I could give her systems expertise. It's not the worst idea. But yeah, I think I'll save that for later. Degraded engines. Man, they love getting structural damage. Yeah, it's not that important. We can always do that later. Well, it's kind of in the middle point. I guess we can check that out all the way. To get in the damn mech, Shinji. Exactly. Wanting to replace Shinji ASAP is lore accurate. That is absolutely right. Get rid of this whiny bitch, Shinji, and get me a brand new Shinji. You know, it's funny that Evangelion's reputation kind of precedes it in a lot of ways. And I've heard that, like, people were like, damn, get in the robot, Shinji. Like, they're really annoying how he wouldn't just get in the damn robot. So when I watched Evangelion for the first time, I was expecting it to be, a lot more annoying. But I will be honest, I think people are just stupid, because he didn't actually take that long to get in the robot. He really didn't. Yeah, like, he's, like, honestly, that whole scene is actually really, I would say, really well done. Like, I can see why it's written that way. And in the, like, the fact that he doesn't, of course he doesn't want to go into a giant robot and fight an alien. Like, he's gonna die. And he almost does. That's like a normal reaction for, like, however old he is, like 14? And then the only reason he gets in the robot is because, he, like, both literally and metaphorically, he ends up with Ray's blood on his hands. Overall, I thought it was really well. I thought it was a, really good scene, actually. But yet, for some reason, everyone's like, there's kind of that whole meme. Have some patience, children. I think it's more a meme on Shinji's dad than Shinji. Yeah, I mean, interpreting it that way probably makes more sense. Shinji's dad is the type of person who would be like, damn it, Shinji, stop being a bitch, just get in the fucking robot. Oh, you're scared to die, I didn't ask. Fine, if you won't do it, then we'll just wheel out this girl on who's, like, in the middle of, on a stretcher and has recovered, is still, like, still bleeding. We'll just wheel her out and put her in the robot instead. I don't give a shit. Are you saying that people... Are you calling me Shinji's dad? What's his name, Gendo? You think the general audience... I mean, that's fair. We can always just pin it on general audiences being dumb and stupid. I mean, I don't like to do that, but sometimes it is true. I prefer to have a little more faith in people. Get in the talons. Now that's a... Get in the damn talon, Shinji. That would certainly be... That would be a nightmare come true. Get in the damn talon. You can't make me. Oh wait, you know what? There are mods that let you take control of fighter squads, right? Normally you would use that to take control of like a really powerful fighter squad, but what if instead, as like a challenge, you spend your entire run just piloting talons? That's maybe we'll do that next time. use one of those mods that you control fighter squads directly, and then just pilot Talons. It's worth trying. I can think of few situations more grim than Star Sector. Yeah, Star Sector is pretty grim. Some are calling it a grim adventure, and they might have a point. Hello. I mean, we could just... I'm tempted to just throw the supercarrier at it. But I think I'll also throw in... Yeah, we'll just throw in these two. Oh, it actually does launch from the carrier. Look at that. Like, you saw it, it deployed separately, and then it kind of teleported over. Honestly, the fact that the Lynx is smaller than the Super Fighters is really funny. Even though the Lynx can just deploy independently. Uh-oh, here comes the semi-brief. But of course, friendly fire doesn't apply to the Lynx. It just goes right through it. Damn. I mean, you can fire a second semi-brief anytime, you know. And whenever you feel like it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Wait. There we go. And then it fires off the 2 mini-briefs. Okay, we should probably quit. No, it should actually be immune to these, because it's a fighter. The Lynx actually kind of has synergy there. Because it doesn't have friendly collisions, it's not vulnerable to that classic semi-brief problem. How close are we? 12 light years, so slightly out of range. That's too bad. Fighter piloting mods are rather tedious unless you have an imbalanced super fighters, at which point, yeah. That's what I figured. That's the point. I'm saying piloting Talons would be hard. Tedious? Well, I guess it's something I would have to test out first. Wow, not much. Alright. I think I'd pilot a Trident. That could be fun. Yeah, piloting those mods for piloting fighters are definitely meant for like modded super fighters. Because I think the problem with bombers is that you fire off your bombing run and then you have to kind of just run away to reload. And the most expensive fighter you can get is Warthogs in vanilla, so... Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, that kind of thing is definitely meant for super fighters. But if you force yourself to use stuff like Thunders or Talons, it could be a challenge. Potentially not a bad idea. Oh, that one just... Oh, interesting. Hold on. So, the chassis took a lot of damage, and it ejected the mech in the center, but, like, even though this part is still alive. That's interesting. I didn't know it could do that. Wait, how did that one overload? Did it have makeshift shield generator? That's pretty rare. piloting a Xiphos. Yeah, I mean, that does raise the question. If you mainly pilot a Xiphos, can you just leave the carrier and go wherever you want? Is this first time UAF? Yeah. Well, first time on stream, I guess. I have used them once before on a save file. It's been a while, though, so they've added a lot since then. Okay, so, yeah, the fact that the outer armor blew up means that it still has to be recovered, even though the inner part survived. Gotcha. Apparently that leveled me up, too. I'll take it. I ain't complaining. I mean, both are fine. I guess I'll take this. I'm not sure I actually even need either of the officer skills because we've got Mimikko assistance and, like, level 7 officers from UAF. We might just be better off, like, skipping these and going for one of the carriers. Or tactical drills, but probably one of the carriers. Yeah, it's gotta be carrier group. Or does it? Because the replacement rate hasn't been an issue so far. Though I've got to say, the upcoming changes to fighter uplink and carrier group are really nice. Did you do threat yet? And are there mods making threat more threatening? I don't think any of the mods have changed threat at all. As far as I'm aware, it should be the same. Yeah, the mod list is in the description. The upcoming changes are basically... Yeah, there's going to be a lot of improvements for Wolfpack fleets. Going up to 9 officers for default is nice. And then officer management going up to 12. Personally, I'd like to see support doctrine get improved a little bit. I think what they could do is make it so that it applies to your flagship. Like... So, like, one of the problems is that... So, like, okay, let's look at the skill for a second. Right, the fact is, it reduces the deployment points for a ship by 20%. Now, one of the problems I run into with that is that for your flagship, you can just deploy it with no officer and then transfer into it. So to try and avoid, to like incentivize you not to do that, it has that secondary effect of 100% faster command point recovery. Unless you like if you don't do that, if you just start in your flagship. But I think instead of doing that, what they could do is just make it so that the 20% deployment reduction cost always applies to your flagship. Right, so it's like, instead of only applying to non-officer ships, it should apply to non-officer ships plus your flagship. That kind of thing. Like, I think that's what it needs, to be honest. I think the skills selection and the deployment point reduction are nice. I think it just needs to also boost your flagship a little bit, and that would make it more tempting as a choice. The League is invading your main planet. Oh, are they there now? Oh yeah, they are there right now. You're right. I always forget that it's like... that they actually don't take that long to get there. I don't really want to sit around waiting for them, but at the same time, How much damage can they do? General warfare. What does that even mean? 33 days until arrival. I probably should have done that earlier then. Let's see. Yeah, no, that wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I'm not expecting... It says the ground forces are evenly matched, but we all know that's just a lie. Ground forces don't do anything. I want to do these bounties, but maybe if I rush back, I'll be there in time, but it doesn't seem... It's not impossible. "35 minutes ago, yeah. That would be annoying. General warfare. Well, it's like... Well, they didn't issue a declaration of war. They're just kind of... decided to be hostile. Listen, Mr. Persian League, I'm a busy man, alright? Yeah, surface battle has started. Might be able to interfere. You can interfere with surface battles, though, so that is an option. Destroy the enemy's supporting fleets, and then provide support to the ground forces. Defense failed. Oh, it's already over. Okay. Faction eliminated. Yeah, they already took it. Okay. It says ground forces evenly matched, but it's just a lie. We all know that it's not true. Honestly, this is part of the reason why I think removing expeditions and replacing them with Colony Crisis was a nice move. Colony Crisis gives you a lot more lead-up time. I don't think I have any Marines, though, which is a problem. I guess we're just going to have to destroy the Persian League now. Maybe saturation bombard them. I mean, most of the sector is going to hate me, but Tritachyon will be okay. They'll be chill. I wonder if the UAF is going to be mad. But maybe since I'm part of their faction, they don't care? I wonder about that. How does that work? Yeah, I definitely prefer Colony Crisis over the Expedition Whack-A-Mole. Now, I know Nexerelin does have some options, so I'm wondering if I can turn off expeditions. Because I feel like Colony Crisis is already enough. DEMs are probably really bad for the links, to be honest. Yeah. The links feels kind of broken, but then DEMs just take it out. Makes sense. I guess I'll have to grab some Marines and... No, there's a way to get your people to, like, rebel and liberate the planet, right? How exactly does that work? Because if we can do that, that would help a lot. Oh, I schizoed. BB, please respond. Oh, did you? I return. I am highly inebriated. Anyways, an induction regulator, as seen in an arc welder, is very similar to a next-generation variable frequency transformer. Yes. Rebellion. It begins. Why do we fight the Persean League? Well, because I'm a rebel, so I rebel. Star Sector, Rogue One. Funding the black market, but that takes some time and may fail. I guess we'll just have to grab some Marines then. Although, I guess it depends. Like, we did have ships in storage. Do all of those just vanish? Maybe? I guess we'll find out. I don't think any of the ones that we had were unique. I think you start paying for storage. Well, ship storage isn't normally a thing. Like, for weapon storage, that makes sense, but ship storage is normally not even a thing. We don't have any Marines, do we? Yeah. Well, we do have heavy weapon armaments, to a degree. What a bunch of stupid bastards. I am Jotaro Joe Sector. Don't you know that? Nobody fucks with Jotaro. Be cautious with it? Okay. Oh, good. Persean League is helping out. That's... or, sorry. The Oran Federation is striking back. That's good. I probably shouldn't take too many Marines, right? It's not like the colony's super well defended. I guess I can grab some heavy weapons while I'm at it. It's probably way more than... well, it's more than we can afford, that's for sure. Morganthe. The run better end with Kazorn being renamed New Old Neo-Tokyo or something. You might have a point there. The Kazioran Naivarchy will pay for their crimes. Let's see. Military, invade, proceed with invasion. Yup. Oh, they're mad about that. Well, you started it. Auto move. That should be fine, right? Did we do this? Yeah, it looks like we did deploy some Marines, but not all of them. Ah, there we go. Automove can deploy units. Okay. Who's winning? Who's losing? I don't know. We're winning, right? Yeah, I think we're winning. Well, look at that. Well, at least all this is here. The colony's very destabilized. Let's see, we do get this back. I don't know why these are here, but alright. Where are the Marines? Oh, we did get them back already, okay. Should probably... Stabilize is not an option. Why? It clearly has recent unrest. Well, I guess we go take the comm relay. Oh, they got away? Cringe. No, you don't. Well, that removes that. Alright, let's try to undo some of the damage here. I've come to tell you, you are a good creature. Here are some coins to reward you, to ward off starvation and acquire nutrients. Well, thank you, Tyler Morgan. I have always strived to be a good sort of creature. It's good to know that, at least in your eyes, I am succeeding. Take control, proceed. There we go. Yes, creature detected. This is a creature-type moment. Should probably set up these wormhole gates, too, at some point. Now we can stabilize. There we go. Right, okay, so I don't have... That's big money, which I don't have. But at the very least, we're back in the positive. Light industry's almost finished. Stability is up over 1, so that's nice. Aurora and Raid. I could help, but I think priority is making money so I can recover. Don't see any new attacks coming in. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Don't think I need to worry about that either, to be honest. So that's already over. That I'm not going to help with. There is an orbital habitat over in the kitten system, of course. So it's not this system, okay. Although there is a probe. Alright, let's go back to what we were doing. We got a little sidetracked by some Persean League shenanigans. Damn you, Persean League! Good creature proceeds to drop atomic bomb on Kazaron. I mean, I see no contradiction there. If you were a good creature, you would certainly bomb Kazaron. I mean, it's just the obviously moral thing to do. Hand out anime body pillows to stabilize the colony. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Also broke. Unfortunately true. Breaking news. Jotaro Joe sector is currently broke. Is this a recession indicator? To be fair, anything can be a recession indicator if you try hard enough. It's Kazarong to let them live. Exactly. It's time to Kazarite these Kazarons. Cells dissolved. Interesting. Even though I still have over 8, the cells dissolved. I wonder about that. Man, we have -8 stability, but we're at 4. That's kind of impressive. Because we were only at like 7 before, right? I guess it's, you know what, it's because we turned off, right, Freeport's not on anymore. Yeah, we'll have to fix that, you know, after things settle down. Are you playing with ship weapons pack? No. I feel like there's already enough modded weapons and ships. You don't need to add more. Couldn't you just make friends with the Remnant and let them deal with these issues? I guess with Nexerelin, I think that is an option. Oh, hello. Well, this is what I actually wanted to do. Ludicrous majority won't go away until song. Yes, of course. Ludic majority? No. Ludicrous majority. Has a nice ring to it. Oh wow, it's not even giving me bonus XP for this one. How pathetic. They do have a gallon though, so I should probably do a little manual piloting just in case. Ludicrous majority should be a new mechanic. Yes. Yeah, I do need to... I'm probably not going to do it this stream, but next stream I'll start simping for the UAF characters so I can unlock more stuff. Last stream we did follow a couple of UAF quest lines. So this time we're focusing on other stuff. Gonna run out of supplies again? Maybe. But we can always just run to the nearest colony. It's no big deal. It ain't no big deal to me. Oh, well that's, very nice. Let's see. I guess I can get you to capture that. Yeah, the gown definitely gets a lot scarier when it's got supporting ships preventing you from flanking it. Then again, we do have mini-breves now, and semi-breves. So, it should probably be fairly doable as soon as we get in with the big nukes. Yeah, it's already kind of maxed out on flux, too. Yeah, none of mine got through. Shame. Let's see if we can take off the wing. Would like to recover this gown if possible. There we go. Yeah, no, it looks, yeah, I don't think that's going to be recoverable, to be honest. It exploded a little bit too much. We destroyed it and then hit it with a semi-breve. Man, the filament is so glided. This might be one of my favorite Scalartech ships. Maybe my favorite. Even though it's not as powerful as the gown, these things are really cool. Large energy slots, and then they've also got 4 fighter bays with a system that gives the ship's system basically gives its fighter bays, or its fighters, the Omen's ability. Which is really cool. And it also incentivizes you to pick fighters with a larger number of units, rather than just picking the most powerful fighters. Why does this one have lightning on it? I don't get it. Like, this thing is not mothballed, but it's got the lightning icon on it. And it's got plenty of combat readiness, so, like, what's going on there? Oh, you know what? That lightning icon has got to be the, It's not... That's got to be the Lynx. That's why the second green square is on top of it. Okay, the Lynx has landed, and that's why it's doing that. Now it makes sense. I understand it now. I think I could use a little bit of help. Very nice. .985, or at least I'm going to try Void Blasters on the Medusa. That could be good. I don't know if you would do double Void Blaster, but you could do like Void Blaster plus Ion Pulsar. Damn. Yeah, I think we can switch over to autopilot, right? That's probably a losing battle, but whatever. Oh, that's already down. Yeah, the Lynx is back. I see. Yeah, okay, it did, something got itself destroyed. Yeah, this one. When I said was okay. No, you should probably back up, actually, instead of going forward. we win? No, they've got many more. They got a lot of filaments. The faster ships to just hold on for a second. Go over there. Oh, there's a... it didn't make it. You know, there is that one fighter that the Spindle get access to that makes me think it would be cool to have a bomber that just fires off like a single antimatter blaster shot. That would be a cool bomber. Probably more powerful than the regular bombers, but it also has to fire from really close range as a trade-off. Nuke. My name is Nuke Dukem. Damn. That thing took the semi-brief pretty well. It only overloaded on the last explosion. Oh, here comes another. Okay, probably want to call that a victory before our ships... Oh, we didn't win. No, don't vent! You fool! Why are you venting? The explosion's not over. And yeah, there it is. And of course, we should have been able to call that a victory already, but of course the enemies decided to deploy. Instead of retreating, the enemies are deploying all of their supply ships. Well, whatever. We can recover them, it's no big deal. Poor beach episode, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of ships I got. Including this one. How did that one even go down? I have no idea. So this is the unique one. We don't get the gown, unfortunately. And filaments are really cool, but I would rather have the gown. They also had an Omen for some reason. They had a couple of high-tech ships. I do have to spend a story point to get this unique one, but I'm not going to be using it anyways. Or maybe I will. It is a unique ship, so it's probably worth grabbing. Just in case. Well, it does cost me a story point. Yeah, a little short on crew. Time being, that'll have to do. Let's see, there is another one. This one should be a lot easier, though. It's gonna be here. Mocha Latte Frappuccino Torpedo. This isn't a Starbucks. I don't know what you mean. Story points are meant to be spent. That's true. The main reason I'm concerned about saving them is because there's an event that requires me to spend 6 story points to activate. What? So, who? We found the red planet. I think this is the only time I've run into the red planet without following the quest line. I've never actually found it, like, just naturally. Huh. I mean, yeah, we're gonna do that, obviously. Supplies are looking a little low. They sure are. It'll be fine. Nice indeed. It does have a paladin. I got to find an opportunity. Okay, I think it did get some damage in with the mini briefs. Not that I think it matters. Yeah, because we've cleaned up all of its supporting ships. Now we can just surround it. Yeah, easy. Alpha Core Radiant? No big deal. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Okay. Well, there should be a guy. Is it some distance? Yeah. Son of a bitch. I once found a shielded planet, but it was subtle blue. Unless yeah, that would probably be from a mod. In fact, I might have seen that one before, but it's kind of... it's hard to say. Because a blue shielded planet sounds familiar. But I don't remember the details. Oh, and we have money now. Wonderful. Behold, the power of money. Cyclops? Bro's got a unique name. Rank Doge. Bro thinks he's slick with a name like that. Oh, right. Oh, my transponder's on. I made the same mistake. Ooh, you guys don't know who I am. I'm gonna disappear and reappear like a magician. Just that clean with it. They won't even know what hit them. We'll just paint the... We'll just change the paint job on our ships. I mean, to be honest, that kind of thing does fool people. Money, you say? Yes. 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 Behold. Money. Indeed, thank you for your contribution to the cause. That's 20 new weebs recruited to the glorious UAF. Am I crazy or are you in low on supplies? No, I don't think I've heard that one. I think it's kind of weird because normally chat is pretty on top of that sort of thing, but I don't think I've heard anyone mention it in the last 5 minutes. Well, low on supplies or not, we're killing these guys. How are we going to fight them? By killing them. Every time I look in your stream, there's always someone gifting. Lovely community. It is a lovely community. Definitely better than your average streaming community, I will say. Yeah, 72 supplies is enough. Besides, we'll get more supplies by killing these guys, and the Lynx got itself killed immediately. Cool. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe don't engage over here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Avoid that for now. Well, that's a cool weapon. Oh, it's got a laser point defense? Damn. That's rough. Go, fighters. Oh, no, we've overloaded them. We're good. That was easy. So I'll let the point defense handle that one. Although he does seem to have like a phase lance. That kind of hurts. Youch. Wait till you hear about the horse gore weebs. Apparently it's not even just the weebs. A lot of non-weebs have gotten taken in by Uma Musume. Probably because of gambling. Gambling on horse racing just seems to be very popular with middle-aged white guys. Who would have guessed? Don't like the two of them getting distracted by such a small fighter, but I guess we'll be fine without him. My loadout does feel a little bad at actually like killing the target when I don't have the mini breves, or if the mini breves don't hit. It does take a while to actually finish off the target. It's a different colored explosion, too. I wonder what that's all about. The mech reactor core. What's this? Kinda cool. Actually did some damage too. The actual owners of the horses are getting into weeb stuff too. The downfall of society has begun. As was foretold by Nostradamus in the ancient texts. Are they doing this again, where they deploy all of their supply ships? I think they are. Yeah, it does seem to be... You know what? I do remember. This does seem to be a consistent issue with the bounty board specifically. Where, for some reason, the enemy doesn't realize they've been defeated, and then they just deploy all their supply ships. I forgot about that, but yeah, that was a consistent issue the last time I did bounty boards. Yeah, get him. Damn, show him who's boss. Man, there's some kind of weapon that sounds like a chair creaking. I don't know what that is. I don't know. It sounds almost exactly like the creak of like a chair. Like, but I don't know why or what or how. Who? This one has S mods. I guess I'll grab those. Alright, mothball time. Okay. Now we've got to run home because we have... Yeah, see, we picked up like a couple... We picked up like 150 supplies there, which should offset the cost of doing business. Okay. Oh, right, and there's a gate in this system. We can go straight to Addis. Yeah. Even pause repairs, and yeah, we're fine. Transverse. Let's see. 800,000. That's a lot. Oh, this guy just has every skill. Sure. This one. 800,000, huh? Looks like we got some kind of big shot over here. But before we head out, I think we're going to want to customize our fleet a little bit. I saw a can of Monster Energy wrapped in WD-40 wrapping in store today. I guess somebody really is... I can only imagine someone's just getting really annoyed that someone keeps stealing their Monster Energy, so they decided to wrap it in oil. Or wrap it in... make it look like oil. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there's a gremlin in the workshop that's been drinking all the oil, but as we all know, gremlins die if they drink caffeine. So it's more like an ant trap, right, where they're trying to trick the gremlin into drinking Monster so that it dies. I mean, it seems feasible. Wow, the stability is really high. Even with the -3 from recent unrest. Let's see, 50,000? How much does that go up? Not much. It's like 5,000 extra. Yeah. Now we're better off leaving you on standby. Another invasion. Hooray. Well, the planetary shield's too expensive. We can't afford that right now. I will put it up, though, because it does look kind of cool. So I will eventually do that. I do need more crew. This is something I've got to get covered. Just grab like 1,000. Oh, I can drop these guys off. I don't need to keep paying their salaries. Okay. Repair. That's better. Probably going to drop this ship off. I don't think I'm going to use the Toho anymore. Or the Vindicator. Top Gun, I think for now I'll keep those ones. The Resolution. Do I want to leave it as the Resolution? Singapura, Kelpie, Galahad. If you guys have good ideas for some ship names, feel free to recommend them, because we're going to be doing a bit of customization here. Let's see. So this is the sniper. I guess we'll have a look. What are we at? 215? That's not bad. Got a couple of people sitting on the wayside. Does this one have multiple layers? I don't think so. Yeah, unlike the other one, it looks like it doesn't. Ooh, this one does. But yeah, this one does not look like it has multiple layers. Magna Beam, Large Universal. Okay. Sugoi Dekai for a battleship. I'm pretty sure I already did that. Didn't I name something like that? Yeah, it's the Prometheus. Zawarudo? Yeah, okay, good point, good point. That's true. In fact, that's probably appropriate for the this little guy. And if anything, it would be appropriate for like a Tempest, to be honest, but we'll go with that. Saitama, that's true. That's true. This one has the semi-brief, so we can probably call this one Saitama. North Star. You got a point. The Pakunk. The 6-7, the Ligma. I guess that'll have to do for now. We can figure out more names later. Let's start with this. I think Swarmers are probably better. Point Defense, Chorus. We've only got the one, though. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Swarmers to try and overwhelm enemy point defense. Poor beach episode. Definitely needs a repair. Well, I mean, these two are not that bad. Might be able to leave it for now. This guy really took a beating. Let's see. You got busted up again. Let's fix that. Yeah, we definitely want to hit expanded magazines. Oh, right, we probably are. Right, I did talk about getting Omni Shields, but can we actually do that? Wait, do we still not have it? Yeah, we still don't even have it. Hold on. I do want to S-mod things, but I also have the issue of I'm trying to save up S-mods. Or story points. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Should die significantly less if we slap on some extended shields and then grab frontal shield conversion. Boom. Alright, so this is... So there's like two Tempest builds that I think are pretty solid. One of them is the double phase lance with advanced optics, and the other one is this one, where you go ion pulsar, heavy burst laser with expanded magazines. And then if you get like a third S mod, then getting automated, the missile auto loader with sabos is also nice. Yeah, you can see energy weapon mastery cutting down the cost by 10%. Makes this actually affordable. It's pretty nice. And then this one just gets 10 extra ordnance points because it's special. Alright, this one doesn't have hardened shields yet. I should probably squeeze that in. Maybe if I... Oh, hold on. Yeah, so the nice thing about missile autoloader is that it doesn't actually care if you use this one or that one. So you only lose one missile and you save 2 ordnance points, which is nice. It does have a slower rate of fire as a like you can consider that a downside, but it also you could also consider it an upside because it forces the AI to pace itself instead of burning through all of its missiles. Yeah, it's going to be something like this. Magazines, extended shields, hardened shields, frontal shields, and then if we get best of the best, we can throw on a missile autoloader with this weapon loadout. Let's throw it up against a bunch of frigates. It should just wipe the floor with these. In a Paragon-like ship with tachyon lances and name it Agnes. Now that's a reference I didn't get. Didn't call it fisting the North Star. Yeah, I would rather not. Trigun, yes. Okay, that's definitely... I googled ship names from Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I did consider coming up, naming one of the stream titles, like Legend of the Sector Heroes. I'm not sure if that reference will go over too many people's heads, but it is a good one. Alright, hit him with your Tempest Blast. In fact, we might be able to just drop frontal shield conversion for more flux. Yeah, we might have to do that. Because the thing is, like the main reason that you want frontal shield conversion is to get that full arc coverage. And the main thing you're protecting yourself from is fighters. But since we've got the heavy burst laser, fighters should be a lot less of an issue. Especially with expanded magazines, fighters should be much less of an issue. So extended shields by itself is probably going to be enough. You know, probably. Similarly, we could do this. Get missile autoloader. I mean, they do kind of have the... I guess I'll do this. We can do the single shot as well, or the double shot. I think I only have the one, though. Yeah, I guess I don't have another one. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I'll grab that. Kind of running out of points here. Just a little bit. Luckily, this one comes with stuff built in already. And also, built-in targeting unit and built-in unstable injectors is an interesting choice. So this is the point defense. This thing shot down on multiple mini-breaves when we were in battle, so it's got to be effective. And then I'll... Oh my god. Ain't no way. Agnes Tachyon is an wait, really? Agnes Tachyon. That's a hell of a name. Maybe throw a Tachyon Lance on this thing. Call it that. Oh, you know what? I actually think a Paladin would be a good choice here. Something like a Paladin or a Storm Needler. High energy focus? Yeah, okay, that's more of an energy. Storm Pulse. There's a lot of good options, actually. Plasma Cannon's probably overkill. I guess it depends on what we put in the other slots. Small hybrid turrets, you say? Gotta max out that, get some light needlers in there. These slots. Yeah, probably just go with this one. Point defense, maybe. Burst lasers for a little bit of range. The other, I mean, Paladin is actually kind of tempting here. I mean, it does really good hull damage. On top of being fantastic point defense. I would at least like to try it. I'd at least like to try it. Antimatter blasters would be kind of perfect, too. Fortunately, we don't have any. And the Crinkle isn't quite a substitute for what I want. We've only got one breach as well. That's... I guess we could do Reapers for now. The Magna Beam might be good for anti-armor, though. In which case, we wouldn't have to worry about it. Maybe some ion cannons? Thing is, it already comes with a bunch of hull mods. Escort package could definitely be interesting if it works. Where'd all this weapon flux come from? Hold on. They shouldn't have that much. I guess 120. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, I guess we've got to go with missiles. We've already got light needlers, so I don't think we need sabos on this one. Really what I want are breaches, but we've only got the one. I guess I can just do a breach plus a swarmer for now. It's not the worst idea. Alright, let's see what he can do. Throw him up against an eagle. Does he have any no, he has 0 combat readiness. Okay, hold on. We gotta fix that first. Then we can throw him up against an eagle. So many anime girl mods. Exactly. Yeah, I think the beam weapon on its right side should be Wait, the legs move? Or the whatever those are. Interesting. How many points is it? 12? Okay. Maybe give it a little bit of support. Alright, show me what you can do. Apparently it's struggling to get in range. Unfortunate. How timid are you? Like, you're at, like, your flux is still below half. You shouldn't be backing up at this point. Okay, it's just not getting in range. What's up with that? Like, all it's doing is it's firing off its beam weapon and then not getting in range of literally anything else. That's an issue. I think we have to make you aggressive. Because if you're just going to sit back like that, then there's no point. Okay. You know what? Let's throw you up against one of these. You do have a paladin. You do have a paladin. An aggressive cat girl? What have you created? It's pretty standard, honestly. Nothing unusual here. Yeah, it does run out of flux pretty quick. And that's with the paladin, which doesn't make that much flux in the first place. I mean, you can see the legs like trailing behind it when it moves forward. And then trailing in front of it when it moves backwards. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can kind of, but like, look at that. You can see the paladin is firing out of this weapon instead of there being like a... I'm not sure how they did that. Because it's like, normally the paladin is like spread out across a larger area, but you can see that the firing points are compressed together to fit inside that gun. That's interesting. Honestly, this thing might actually be better with a tachyon lance, like I suggested earlier. It might work better as just like a fire support unit. Because it does already come with a built-in point defense weapon. That being said, it's not doing bad right now, so I can't complain too much. I think Elite Energy of a Master would be nice to cut down on that flux cost. Maybe I should swap you with this one. Because Mizuki is kind of stuck on like an 8 deployment point carrier right now. Unfortunately, I can't seem to... Yeah, I can't... I have to give her a bunch of elite skills first, before I can actually, like, change her personality. Although she does have a good set of skills, so it's not like I'm complaining. Ballistic Mastery is not super useful. Well, we do have the Light Needlers, I guess. It's at the end of the world. Right, because she does have both of these. I guess it's not a bad idea. Personality-wise, she's going to be a little bit passive, but that's probably fine for now. And then you can go in this one. If we do a little repair. Gonna hold on to one story point naturally. So, this is definitely an interesting one. It's got the 2 large ballistics, so you could do like double Gauss cannon. I wonder. Double Gauss cannon, eh? How soon is soon for vanilla update? Past experience, I'd say like a month or 2. Yeah, no, Alex hasn't mentioned a date yet, but since he's released like preliminary patch notes, that means that he's probably in like the, you know, bug testing phase rather than the development phase. Oh, you're right, it is a lobster. It's a blue lobster. Look, it's even got the claws. Corsair? That's actually a good name, to be honest, but this is clearly a blue lobster. Gauss cannon's probably not good on this ship, but I kind of want to anyways. Yeah, it's way too much flux. I just want to, though. Let's just give it a little whirl. See what he does. I think this could work if you give it like like resistant flux conduits for some bonus venting speed. This could work. Oh wait, what's the ability? Hold on. Blink. Oh. It's like temporal shell, but like a short burst. Okay, this might actually... Hold on. This might actually work, though. Is it charge-based? It is. That's got to be pretty strong. No, I think the Gauss cannons might actually work with an ability like that. Yeah, with that ability, it's got to be hard to catch. And if you get the range of the Gauss cannons on top of that. Of course, I do need to give it a targeting unit. It's got ballistic mastery. Maybe swap it with this one. No, it's probably fine. I mean, the alternative would be something more conventional. Which saves you a lot of flux and a lot of ordnance points. Because the Gauss cannon is just the most inefficient thing in the universe. Well, you should probably stay in range. Especially when you're winning. Bro, why are you... Okay, hold on. Do you need to be stupid? Is that like a requirement? Like, just stay in range. Especially when you're winning. Yeah, the AI is being a little timid compared to the Gauss cannons, because it doesn't have as much of a range advantage. But damage-wise, this is way better. It's getting the job done much faster. Do wonder if Mjolnirs could work. That would be ideal. It does have a bit of flux to spare, so it's not unreasonable. Oh, we only have one Mjolnir, though. That's a shame. Yeah, and it already takes the flux cost way up. Okay. No, this is probably fine. As long as this guy stays in range. Come on, Momona. Stay in range. Do I use escort? I think I'll try escort package on this one. Alright, and that's 214. I think that's good for now. You can come back and try some of these later. Alright, of course, there's a little bit more, though. Right, we can... Yeah. Ooh, you know what? No, we probably have to use these for point defense. Yeah, I think we need to use... Well, no, the system doesn't do anything for point defense. Okay. I think that'll be good enough for now. If we S-mod escort package later, it'll probably get pretty good. Huh. Where are they launching from? Is it just me, or they seem to be... Oh, wait, no, that's got to be this one. Okay. I was looking at this arrow like... What? Isn't that the gate hauler? It is the gate hauler. Okay, it's launching from Thule. Oh, there's a bounty nearby as well. Okay, we can do this first. There's time. We got plenty of time. Convert it hanger for what? You know, you might be right. We could probably squeeze in convert hanger somewhere. Wait. No way. We could S-mod convert it hanger on the side armor. Wait a minute. It has 10 ordnance points is just enough that we could S-mod it. And then spend like 5 points on wasps, and then like... Well, like maybe a light assault gun or something. No, that's probably too much flux. I don't know what, but it'd have to be 5 points or less. But if we S-mod convert a hanger on both of the shoulder pads, it could have 2 fighter bays. I don't know if that's allowed. Maybe it's not allowed, but it's certainly worth trying. We just don't have any ordnance points right now, so... Or any story points right now, so we can't. That's so cursed? Yeah. Stop! Stop! Much better. No. Bro, we just went back and forth. Come on. Heart of the... Okay, it's the heart of the system. Paratartarus. Now that's a name. I love giant walls of hyperspace storms. Exactly. Oh wait, that looks like a unique ship in there. Probably gonna have to spend a story point to recover that again. Undergunned Cataphract. In fact, that looks like 2 unique ships, possibly. And of course, it's already low on combat readiness, because why not? I think it would be nice... Oh, you know what? Actually, you can take that pretty well. It would be nice to get something with S-modded, what's it called? High-resolution sensors, so we can get a bit more vision. That would be nice. Yeah, I think that's a pretty favorable matchup for the Tempest. It's got a big red zone. Don't let me into my zone. Oh. They're doing something. That's annoying. How did it retreat all the way out there so fast? And now... Okay. Alright, if we want to cancel that order, we have to turn on full assault. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Can we cancel full assault? Are you not allowed to do that? Nope. Okay. Well, that's fucking cool. Costs a story point to turn... Or a command point to turn that off, right? Well, the thing... That's annoying. Okay, so lesson learned. Don't fucking order anybody to kill those things, because it's going to run away to the edge of the map, and then everything's going to chase after it. Yeah, I didn't mean to deploy it, but that's fine. It'll be fine. Have you considered using the ISO class? I have... I think the last time I opened the UAF, I did take a look at it. I know it has like a big area of effect, like past, like support ability, which... I don't remember what it does, though. That's the only thing. It did look really cool. Like, the big radar dish is kind of one of my favorite designs. ICU is the pronunciation. Because it's got an I. Okay. Ah. Gotcha. It's called the ICU. Not what I would have... I mean, yeah, not exactly what I would have assumed based off of its spelling, but it does make sense. Oh, okay, yeah, it's like I, and then C as in the ocean, as in water. C, and then just the letter U at the end. Okay. But the way it's spelled doesn't quite... Like the medical ward ICU. Yes. Hey, check out this epic frame rate. Man, fighters sure are the darndest thing, aren't they? Get 'em, boys. The Tempest seems... Yeah, it won. Okay. Naturally. Alright, so let's have a look at this thing. 3 fighter bays. What is this thing? Specialized service bays. Okay. Faster replacement rate. Ground support package and faster replacement rate. Gotcha. Are you being... This is the... I don't know why, but this unit seems to just act like a little bitch. And do literally nothing. What's up with that? I thought it would be fine with a steady officer, but apparently it, like, literally cannot function if you don't give it an aggressive officer, because it just does nothing. Wow, that actually hit the brawler? Damn. Alright. Yeah, I think we're fine. Frame rate has stabilized a bit. Yeah, get his ass. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to use this thing right now. Guess we'll see. It might be because I gave it a paladin. That's possible. Alright, so this seems to be... Yeah, this is the main ship we're looking at. AWACS. Object is priority target, 25% damage for 7 seconds, which scales up for each deployed drone. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Apparently the description doesn't work. I'm guessing that ring means I'm the priority target right now. It's a little bit like entropy damper. I mean, it's a lot like entropy damper, increasing damage taken. But on this kind of support ship, I think it makes... Definitely makes more sense to put that kind of ability on a support ship rather than an aggressive phase ship. At least if we're trying to make ships have different specialized roles. The thing is, phase ships like the Shade and the Afflictor are already pretty good, just by being phase ships. I think something like this, where it has like a damage amplifier on something, on like a backline carrier as a support ship, makes a lot of sense. Oh, hello. Okay, we're good. We didn't get hit with the semi-brief special. But they will. Or not. It's gonna miss. That's fine. I'm not sure if AWACS works that way. Well, it's not about matching the real-life thing. Ship system buffs fleet-wide, but also map reveal from time to time. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably try the ICU then. Because I do think that's something that Vanilla Star Sector... That's why I'm kind of talking about the AWACS and talking about the entropy amplifiers, because I do think Star Sector's kind of missing the idea of support ships. Carriers have sort of filled that role, but... I mean... And they are getting buffed, so they should be better at it in the future. But when it comes to, like, ship systems... I mean, the entropy amplifier, like, just... It makes perfect sense as a support ship. But it's on the Afflictor anyways. So it feels a little bit odd. Like, imagine the Heron, but with, like, instead of having... Like another carrier kind of like the Heron, but with entropy amplifier as its system. That would be pretty useful. Yeah, but its modules are weak. 5 ship systems. Ah, okay. So it's got like little modules that have their own systems, and the modules can be shut off. Gotcha. How do the keybinds work with 5 systems? Well, my experience with those, Dragoon, is that usually if the ship has like modules with separate systems, you only get to control the main, like the main system on the main hull, and then the modules just automatically operate the subsystems. Can you mod Yukimaru? I'm not sure what you mean, so the answer might be no. But anyways, thank you. Sergeant Gunnery. Oh, the fucker retreated. Yeah, I don't think so. Get your ass back here. Yeah, I think we used our last story point for this thing. Quick, they're trying to steal my job. I mean, that's just a recession indicator, honestly. If someone steals your job, you have no one to blame but yourself. Or the economy. Blame the economy. Would entropy amplifier be sci-fi electronic warfare? Honestly, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like, taking electronic warfare into the future, people are trying to, like, not just, like, scrambling information systems, but also like... Yeah, because it's like using electromagnetic waves to interfere with enemy information systems. Like a future version of that might include scrambling, like interfering with the very entropy, like laws of entropy, to increase the damage that your opponent takes. But then also having like entropy countermeasures equipped on your ships. That kind of makes sense. I could buy that. I mean, coordinated maneuvers is just really good. I think we're going to take that. Speaking of ICU, there are 2 optional hull mods specifically crafted for it. Convert it into exploration or combat support ship. Okay. Are you really not using story points on waifus? I will. Eventually. They're expensive, alright? Waifus don't come cheap in this day and age. Yeah, you can't quite afford what you used to, you know, back in the day. Where is... Colony Crisis. Apparently I turned that off by accident. So if it's down to 16... Did something... No. Because they never reached this point. Sector pole? Huh. That's new. Yeah, the Ludic path doesn't seem to be bothering us anymore. That's odd. Somehow, the Persean League taking the colony and then me taking it back has somehow... Oh, well. Never mind. There they are. They were just sleeping for a little while. They took a nap. Honestly, that's fair. Terrorism can get very tiring, I'm sure. Yeah, still don't have another alpha core, but I guess for now we can do that. Yeah, not really much to do here. Can always start up another colony. Ah, Shinji. Oh, he's not even in the robot. Damn. Oh, is this the unique? I thought it was going to be way bigger based off of the... Okay, no, it's a little guy. Tiger Claw. Well, we'll have a look at that later. Systems expertise is probably fine. Yeah, okay, that's expensive. Oh, it's only... that one's cheap. That's expensive. This one's less expensive. You know what? I didn't actually get to see this one do too much, so I'd like to see it. Let's give it a shot. Is this a capital? No, it's a cruiser. Okay. Let's see what happens. Is escort package a good idea? I got the Ziporia. How was it and how did you get it? Well, hold on. Which one was the Ziporia? Is it this one? Yes, it is. We got it because people guided me through the quest line. It seems that people were confused because some people thought that the quest line would be just a quick and easy thing. But it turns out that I guess they haven't played since the recent update because it was actually a much more involved questline than I was led to believe. Because if it was just a short thing, then taking a guide through it makes sense, but now I feel kind of bad. Because we ended up, like, breezing through most of it. What ending did I get? Pretty sure I recruited both of the characters. Yes, reading was not something that... Reading didn't happen. I'm not sure. This would probably work better as an escort for like an onslaught rather than a battle carrier. Or battle cruiser. Hey, nice, yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious how you want to save them, but if you want to save them both, right? It's like anime girls, just simp. Boom. Best outcome. That was my logic, anyways. Yeah, this does not look too promising. It astonishes me that someone actually got the worst ending because they didn't read and just brute force it, then say dev man bad for their own ignorance. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get the outcome you're looking for, you probably should read. Not that I'm one to talk. But, you know, we're all gamers here. We all know reading comprehension is not our strong suit. Although, to be honest, I feel like that's just said in every community. Yu-Gi-Oh players, they're like, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh players will talk about how other Yu-Gi-Oh players don't know how to read. Magic the Gathering players will talk about how no one knows how to read. Video games, people will talk, like, Slay the Spire will be like, yeah, no Slay, people playing Slay the Spire don't know how to read. Nobody knows how to read. This is just, if you're playing games, you don't know how to read. That's just a known fact. It seems to be like a law of the universe. Gaming and reading are at odds with each other. Pernia, we're only simming for the other characters. That's true. I do think there is that one. We did try making contact with that one character in Spindle, but our relationship is too low at the moment. I'm sure we'll get around to it eventually. Let's see. Yeah, we've got a little bit of time. They're coming from Thule? Yeah, we'll intercept these guys, and then we'll go do this. And hopefully get some story points along the way. Maybe the real story points was the friends we made along the way. Nat investigators. Get them out of here. I don't need to deal with all these investigators. How annoying. What is reed? Is it edible? What is reading? Is it tasty? Anyone that actually sits down and reads literal books is now an anomaly. I mean, I already knew I was an anomaly, but you do have a point. Another one, huh? Man, the Persian League is really acting up. The defending fleets are superior though, so they'll probably be fine. Man, we really do have to do something about the Persian League. They are getting a little uppity for my taste. That's a lot of unpaid debt. Well, we're gonna get 800,000 from the bounty, so we should be fine. It's okay, Breakbrain, we both are. Hell yeah. As I have said before, yes. As President Arnold once said, I was elected to lead, not to read. Number 3. Yeah, Nanoforge privileges are being revoked. "21 days. Oh, we're directly in their path, so we should run into them. Why are we slow? Because I'm moving sneakily. Want to make sure we don't pass them by accident. Philanthropy? Yeah, I don't think either of those factions do philanthropy. I'm gonna say that's a... I'm gonna call cap on that one. Okay, 14 days. Are we... They might have gone off course. Either that or they're just a little bit ahead. There they are. Come on. Let's catch him. There we go. Alright, sucks to be you. Die. Yeah, I think the ICU is probably going to be a good idea. I do want more vision. I guess we'll have to pay a visit to Aurora again. This thing is a cruiser, right? Yeah, it just looks it's on the small size for a cruiser, but it is a cruiser. Yeah, we got him balled up. Crush the balls. Yeah, the Tempest is completely fine. Not even a little bit of danger. Have you ever tried going full pather and get their speech options in a playthrough before? I don't think so, no. Do you use the Exploding Luddic Path ship mod? No. That could be good for a future run, though. Going full kamikaze mode. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I would only do if I was using the kamikaze ships and not fighting against them, because it would be annoying. Bro, what are you doing? It's not even shooting back. Like, I know you have guns. I know you have guns, and also a fighter. So, like, why are you just driving straight at the enemy, not shooting, and then continually venting and, like, taking damage? There you go. Now you're shooting. Look at that. Wow. Maybe it doesn't have enough range? I don't know what the fuck it's doing, though. This is probably... Yeah, this is weird. I'm gonna have to double check its loadout, because this is some odd behavior. Like, how is it losing to a Wayfarer? Come on now. Oh, no detonation. That's a shame. The Tempest will get it, though. Yeah, we got him. Okay. Another promotion candidate, huh? I think we cancel that. Let's see. Okay, this thing... Heavy point defense cannon, right. Okay, it's probably because these are so far back on the hull. They can't quite reach anything. And it doesn't have a targeting unit. It is a cruiser, so a targeting unit would actually work really well. Oh, and she's aggressive, right. Should probably swap her with... Yeah, I think we have to swap them back. Even though I think they've got opposite skill sets. Their personalities are like this. Okay. That's fair. Well, that takes care of one problem. Or does it? It's 7 days until arrival. Didn't we just shoot him down? Yes, we did. Awesome. Okay, now we go do this. The ship is technically a survey/salvage ship. Yeah, it's kind of like a big shepherd. It seems like we still don't have... What's the thing called? If we go to major events... Yeah, we still need 100 more points here. That shouldn't be too hard. I can't play Star Sector without kamikaze ships. I mean, it does sound kind of fun. Definitely give it a try in the future. Oh boy, debt? Yeah, we're in debt. Colonization successful, you say? Well, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. White primary star. White dwarf, neutron. Okay. Man, imagine if there's a neutron star named Jimmy. That would go insane. Mod makers. You can use. Feel free to use that idea. You're welcome. I don't think suicide bomb ships actually fit Luddic lore. Well, sometimes it's not really about the lore, it's about the aesthetic. Vibes-based faction design. You get a brain blast or something? Hell yeah. Well, at least we've got a ton of supplies, so we should be fine. That gets us closer. Yeah, another 45 should do it. Perfect. I mean, yeah, they do seem kind of thematic for a terrorist faction. But, you know, there's more nuance to insurgencies than just blowing yourself up. Right? It does depend on the underpinning ideology. And it seems like what he's saying is that, based off of what we know about the Luddic Path, they don't actually... Like, Cotton does say, like, when you're talking with Cotton, he does talk about how he's not going to throw his warriors at you because he's... And you're like, what, so you have better things for them to die for? And he's like, yes. Yes, I do. So they are willing to die, but they're not willing to die meaninglessly. So I guess I wouldn't put it past them to make a suicide attack. It's just that's the only... They would only do that if they felt it was worth the cost in lives. And just throwing, like, a bunch of suicide ships into, like, every single one of their fleets probably doesn't fit their doctrine. But maybe if they were going to take down... I think the fall of Myrath is probably a good example of where they would do a suicide attack, when they ram the Prometheuses into the orbital stations. But they probably wouldn't throw ships like that into just any old fleet. Just to, like, fight some pirates or something. Oh, we have no supplies. Oh, well, that's... Huh. That actually used up all 1,000 supplies. That's crazy. 33,000. I mean, we should be able to buy a few. Rather not get hit by lightning if I can help it. That should be enough, and if it's not enough, we can always trade in some gamma cores, right? Let's try to go around. Come on. Yeah, we're still in yellow at worst. We'll be fine. Cibola. Alright, this is a Persian League. Right, so they're not going to be too welcoming. That's an issue. How about the church? The church is okay. We can go to the church. In fact, I'll even say it, take me to church. Fuck. I thought I canceled that. Why did it not cancel? I guess I clicked the wrong button. Oh, stop that! Hey! I swear to God, like every 5 minutes with this. Come on now. You know what? I am gonna go change the settings. Gate of Canaan. Oh shoot, it's not. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't have the mod that adds the options in the main menu. I guess I'll turn that on for next time. Yeah, okay. I get it. Mothball. Okay, no big deal. Right, don't have any money. We're broke. That's fine. Unfortunately, the church doesn't pay much for cores. Bit of a shame. We can always trade in the prisoners as well. I think we should be fine. Yeah, I used up all my supplies to repair those. Okay, that should be good enough. No. Let's head over to Tritachyon, trade in the gamma cores, and that should give us enough money. Damn. Those black holes got hands. Does F3 bring up the settings menu? Well, hold on. Let me try. No, it does not. Unless I have to go back to the main menu. Let's try that. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Use the gate now. Oh, yeah, there is a gate in that system. Yeah, we're just gonna take the scenic route. It's fine. No big deal. Yeah, I'm keeping the survey data for confectionery coins. There's actually more on the black market. That's interesting. How unusual. Alright, good enough. That'll do. Now, with that said, the next problem is another damn invasion. Well, if we find a gate out here, we should be able to get back in time. And even if we don't, we can just, like, run to the nearest gate and then head over to Addis. I think we can pull it off. You just need to believe. We just need to believe. Especially now that we've got hyperfield optimization, it should be easier. So we're at 19 instead of 16 for top speed. Might want to get an aux. Does the UAF have an equivalent of the aux, by the way? We just got to keep the faith, that's right. Is there a standard priority list for regular playthroughs? I don't think so. There are a bunch of objectives that you do want to get, that you eventually want to get done, but I don't think the order matters too much. I think the only one that you would probably... Yeah, I think Abyssal Space Odyssey would probably be the... Or Abyssal Space Oddity, where you get the Mark 1, would be the easiest one. If you really want to prioritize something, that would make the most sense, because it gives you a good ship, and also a bunch of money, without actually having to do too much work. So if you were to prioritize one and rush it down, that would be the one. But other than that, I don't think the order matters too much. Yeah, 31 days. Ugh. No, we'll be fine. We got this. We'll request a defense fleet, 33 days. They'll be 2 days late. Which is probably, you know, good enough. I'm going to say good enough. Okay, we're in the right star system. It just says some distance away. It's probably that. Yeah, that would be it. Alright. This one's for all the doubloons. 800,000 credits. Now you gotta admit, that's a lot of doubloons. With the power of friendship, and also this semi-brief that I just found. Yeah, that's the Tempest for you. It's so fast that it gets to the capture points first, and has enough raw power to mostly wipe out enemy frigates. Very nice. Solid A-tier ship. Said like 500 cigarettes. 500 semi-briefs. I mean, that certainly would be a fun build. Just getting as many large missile slots as you can, and then stacking up only semi-briefs. Linking them to point defense weapons to force the AI to fire. Ooh, it got right past the shield. Damn, sucks to be you. The Pather brick from Knights of Blood. Oh yeah, because it's the Invictus. They give it like a bunch of missile slots, right? But the thing is, it's still 60 deployment points for only 4 semi-breves, right? I think you can do better than that. Like, for example, the Ludic Path Manticore variant. It's like 14 deployment points for 1. Instead of... Oh my god. Oh, I know, it's really lagging. $500 tempest and start playing Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. I mean, that's a good idea, it's just someone already did that. Yeah, I think if we look at the carrier group right here, I think we see the problem and why the frame rate has tanked. It's like they're spamming pylons and fighters, and like their entire force is made up of carriers. They don't have any regular battleships back there. That might be the source of the issue. Well, it is what it is. Just watching slow motion. I like how this game doesn't crash even when your FPS dips to single digits. Agreed. The game is fairly stable. Why do fighters lag? Because the game just has to keep track of more objects that and also a lot more pathing. Right, at least with projectile, like, every object that has to keep track of increases the lag, but it's especially worse for objects that have some kind of pathing. Like regular projectiles just fly in a straight line, so they don't really have to calculate much there. Whereas fighters, they have, well, they can move around depending on... It's like their pathing is constantly being recalculated, and they're depending on what their objective is. So it adds a lot of strain to the computation. Yeah, Comes did that with tests in 2018. Yeah. That's what got you into Star Sector. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I know the video you're talking about, obviously. Yeah, back when Tempest had high energy focus. They were probably S tier back then. And just the free damage bonus. Kind of huge. God bless the Anubis with 3 paladins. Yeah, that would be really nice right about now, wouldn't it? The Anubis might be the best anti-lag machine, because the fighters can't lag your machine. The fighters can't lag your computer if they're dead. Semibreve, go. Yes. Plus 20% FPS. You know, that would actually be kind of funny as like a game gimmick, where as you level up, your frame rate improves. Congratulations, you hit level 5. Your frame rate has improved from 22 to 27. 8 kills for 1 shot? I mean, yeah, it's a semi-brief. That's what they do. Yeah, the Halo Answer voice. Double kill. Triple kill. Overkill. Kill-tacular. Have you increased your RAM allowance for the game? Yes. Have you tried leveling up your CPU? If only I could. Yeah, I do believe that it's similar in the explosion effect is similar to the IEDs, where it's like a layered explosion with a big area of effect that actually hits multiple times. I mean, it's not a true modded experience if it's not killing your frame rate at some point. This is a well-established fact in the community. Just download more RAM? You might be right about that. The thing is, for all the lag, this fight is going really well. We're just demolishing them one by one. Or sometimes more than one by one, but you get the idea. They really don't pose much of a threat to what we've got. Also, have I not bribed you for enough for a better CPU yet? I wish that were the case. We'll see. Maybe next year. Look at all the mini briefs coming in. Watch out, Tempest! Get out of there! Yeah, he's fine. Oh wait, we're up over 20. It's PC. Yeah, I'm on a PC. It's not a laptop. Alright, that should take care of it. It's cheap to acquire a gun and stick up your local data center than buying 64. Well, I don't think 64 gigabytes of at least RAM isn't really the issue. I can't say that. It's not a RAM issue. Bluey. I mean, it shouldn't be an issue as long as we don't fight too many carriers in the future. But, yeah. We will see. Much better. Now that's some cash. That's some cash money. God damn, we're stacked. 800,000. Right in the bank. And now we got some levels. Alright, Milk, what do you got? Well, you're in a Tempest, so that doesn't... No, these are all awful. What about you? Combat Endurance is pretty obvious. Ah, okay, that's all bad. 3 story points. Well, I guess you're just going to get stuck there. That's fine. You know what? The Mimikko assistants might benefit from officer training. Because they probably, yeah, they cap out at level 5, and officer training will get them up to level 6. So I probably still want that skill, to be honest. Whatever. I'll do the survey. Okay, now we go gates. We might be able to intercept these guys. We're full anime in this run, aren't we? Oh, yeah. Put some stickers of alpha cores on your PC case to make it go faster. I hear you, but wouldn't you have to make them red if you want them to go faster? So maybe instead of blue ball, like the blue beach balls, you'd have to get red beach balls. House MD commands a large fleet of anime starship captains. Yeah. Nah, nothing's coming to mind. I'd like to do a bit where I sound like House, but I'm not thinking. My brain is not thinking of anything. Well, that's true. I could also replace the AI cores with anime as well. He needs more mouse bites. That's true. We should give the patient Volturnian lobster. No, Volturnian lobster will kill the patient. They need recreational drugs to survive. I forbid this. Don't care. Yeah, we can actually do commerce. I would like to upgrade some of these things to get more stability, but we can barely squeeze in commerce. Oh, the Defense Force just arrived. Wonderful. Yes. It's like, Foreman, you are a black man. I am vexed by this. You need to one of these days do a stream where you play a House MD. Is there such a thing as a House MD game? That sounds kind of insane. Like, how insane would you have to be to make something like that? 4 days... Wait. I guess they must have gotten delayed, because the Defense Force arrived first. Yeah, they're not very strong, though. Huh? There's another one? Oh boy. Well, might want to wait on that. Or maybe not. Well, we gotta just make sure we're saved first. I must vanish, so behave yourself. Alright, see you later, cooler guy. Okay, what have we got? Become my follower. A deity will answer all your desires. Based on our investigation, most people just came to check out the so-called deity. Increases the park's visitation by several hundredfold. Showing a fox carved by an ancient civilization. Is there going to be some kind of fox girl at the shrine? Art thou lost, dignified and prideful? Yep, this is... Thou art truly rude. How dare thee treat a great deity like this? Yep, it's a fox girl at the shrine. Hey, I've seen this one before. Thinking in your head. Okay. Big tail swing back and forth. Well, obviously we have to touch the tail. This is non-negotiable. I mean, it's an anime, right? It's just not even... What do you think, an anime character is not going to touch a fox tail? Of course. It's simply... There is no other option. Okay, so we went to sleep. We ring bell. Ring it again. Welcome aboard. Oh, that was easy. Or did we miss her? Maybe we don't touch the tail. It said welcome aboard. She's an admin? Oh, you might have a point. Ah, yeah, you're right. She is an admin. What does she do? So nothing and... Deity who lost their power. So this does nothing. Ah, yes, of course, the 12-year-old deity. Honestly, that's pretty standard. She's more like a... Wait, she looks like a fox, but she's more like a dog. Note that down, folks. That's going to be important. It's going to be on the test later. Longer she's on a colony, the bigger the bonuses. Oh, and her salary is only a fraction of a regular administrator. Okay. Okay, so the longer she governs the colony, more power she gains. It looks like if I switch over to her, the stability only goes down by 1, so it's not too bad. I really do need to upgrade this to keep up with the stability, though. Oh, I don't have enough story points to upgrade that, damn. Hold on. Let's see. AI core. We're definitely going to have to shuffle that over. I need a little bit more cash. She also renamed it. What do you mean? Oh, wait. She renamed the planet? Shin Karikawa. That's interesting. I didn't know that would be a mechanic. I didn't know you could do that. Hold on. This is New Neo Tokyo. This is non-negotiable. I should probably just take off that beta core. I don't think it's worth... Probably not worth, to be honest. Not until we take care of, like, the Luddic Path. Okay. It might force the name. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I just didn't know that was something that you could put into the game. Honestly, we don't need to deploy that much. We've already got a defense force ahead, and the enemies aren't that strong. And these poor guys do got a lot of demods, though. She renamed it Is It Safe, unless I'm mistaken. Next planet. Oh, did she rename it again? I guess she just forces the name, huh? Yeah, I guess our next planet's gonna have to be New Neo Tokyo. No, wait. The next planet has to be New Neo Tokyo. Because New Neo Tokyo already got, became a different city. No, that's the translation. Well, yeah, that's what I presumed that. Shin New Neo Tokyo. Yes, there we go. Start mixing the Japanese and the English. Make it even worse. It's perfect. New Final Neo Tokyo for real, number 4. Yes, that's kind of the direction we're going at this point. New Neo Tokyo slowed plus reverb. I mean, you got a point. If you slow plus reverb, it's basically an entirely new. It's basically reinventing the entire thing. Yeah, Nouveau Shin New Neo Tokyo. While you're at it, just fuck it. Just add in more languages. Just stack up like 5 different languages just for the word new over and over. And also add a random cool German sounding word. Well, what's the German word for new? Throw that at the front. Ne? Like a dragon, New Neo Tokyo 6. The final Tokyo. I actually kind of like that one. New Neo Tokyo 6. Get ready for the final Tokyo. I do think, I've got to say, out of all of when the unification of the factions came around, I think the Persian League was like the biggest success. Giving them the DEMs as their exclusive missiles does like stand out so much compared to the other factions. Honestly, I think it would be a good idea if they just went ahead and gave every faction like unique missiles. Not give them new missiles, but like take the existing missiles and divide them up. So like maybe like only the Ludic Church can use pylons and nobody else gets to use them. That sort of thing. Like the Church gets like pylons, maybe Tritachyon is the only one who gets like Sabos and Reapers, and nobody else gets to use them. That sort of thing. Because I think missiles have such a large impact on the battle that they're very memorable, and I think making the other factions use have some exclusivity on their missile would help. Yeah, I don't think we need that. I think we're fine. Be gone. 4 story points. Well on our way to success. Yeah, I probably want to do this. It's such a big boost in income. Especially when I don't have the Hollow Suite. Which means we're going to have to wait a while until we get the 6 points, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I do need just like a little bit more money if I want to get that. Which I do. So I guess that means it's time for... Well, there's got to be a bounty nearby, right? Yeah, there is. No unique bounties, but there is generic bounties. 340,000. That's what I like to see. Orange primary star. Well, there's a few of those. Ulquoma. So it's either this one or this one. Okay. And it says Barren World. Alright, well, we'll try here first. Gotta get me that cash injection. Buy governorship of Favonius and UAF free money. But I don't want to govern more planets. How do you feel about the UAF's balance so far? Well, I believe I've already mentioned this, but the balance is definitely, you can easily break the balance with the UAF. But I don't think balance is the priority with the UAF. The priority is more on the aesthetics. And like, looking cool. So that's completely fine. Lots of jobs don't spawn until you accept them. I mean, I did check the bounty board. There was just nothing on it. Like, this job is the one that we already did. Huh? Oh, I guess it just spawned again. Alright. That's got to be a bug, though. Because the bounty it's showing is the one that we just did. But somehow it spawned... I'm able to... Okay. I guess it's repeatable somehow. I don't think it's supposed to be. Skull issue? That's what I've been saying. Hello, Mr. Big Time Streamer. Hello, Learer Dunn. Yeah, we've got to stop. You know what? That's... Lockhead, that's a good idea. We should stop saying skill issue and start saying skull issue, as if to imply their skull is too small to contain enough brain matter to be smart enough to be good at video games, right? It's basically, instead of skill issue, we can say skull issue, which just means that you're stupid. Yeah, look at bro over here. He thinks he's smart, but he's got a real skull issue. If you catch my drift. Like, this guy ain't streets ahead, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but somehow the bounty returned. That's a bit. Yeah, that's basically what just happened. Phrenology issue. Yeah. Big skull energy. Bro is a walking skull emoji. Alright, we do want to wait a little bit longer. Oh, this might actually be interesting. Hold on, I've never tried this before, but you could try putting like an avoid order here, and then put a defense order inside the avoid radius. So then it'll basically force your guys to make to create a formation. Oh, you know what? That could actually be really useful. I've had an epiphany. I need to experiment with that at some point. Because they don't want to get closer to this, but they do want to get as close as possible to this. So it's going to force them to basically build a ring around the enemies. And you can add more void orders to control the formation. Damn, that's useful. Mr. Skull's Wild Ride, hell yeah. It's like I can remove this now and maybe put the void orders like here. And that should force my ships to basically make a more of a... That should work. Get his ass. Damn, even with a damper field up, that took a lot of damage. It's crazy that the nuclear bomber pretty consistently hits its shots, but I can never hit my mini-breves. Maybe that's just a skill issue. Sorry, maybe that's just a skull issue. Come on. There we go. Oh, here it comes. No, I got hit by the fighters. Oh, here's the next one. Oh, this is, goodbye. Yeah, that's the thing. Against a force of, like, if the enemy's using, like, a lot of frigates, the semi-breve is kind of useless. Well, not necessarily. As long as it hits something, it could wipe out a big portion of the frigates, but theoretically, they should be able to dodge it. But against battleships, it's just like a game over. Against legions and onslaughts, it's just kind of an auto-win button, because they can't dodge it, and they don't have the durability to face its sheer power. At least mini-breves they can shoot down. You know, as demonstrated just there. They can shoot down mini-breves. But semi-breves are just too durable. It's not happening. Alright, let's try not to overload. Local nerd doesn't play LobCorp L-Riz, not gonna lie. I'm ashamed to admit it, but you might have a point. Okay, I think we can clear these out now. Don't worry, LobCorp will be back next week. I just decided to take a break. Oh, damn. Yeah, the fighters are really causing. I mean, you know what? Maybe it's just because I've been. It might just be a memory leak type thing. Because the start of the stream, it wasn't like this. Come on. Push through the frame rate. Get his ass. Gun him down in the streets. paint the sidewalk red. Yeah, LobCorp, only a week away. Wow. Do you have a ship in mind to lead your whole fleet? Yeah, I want to use a gown. I want to use a gown with UAF fighters and siege lasers from Diable Avionics. And semi-briefs. That's what I want. If I can get my hands on that, I know it's going to be completely broken. Which, I mean, hey, that's what we're all here for. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Yeah, okay, the frame rate is fixed now. Look at that. Much smoother. All we have to do is hit the carrier with a nuclear bomb. Any info on more Brawl King? I believe Mr. G is waiting for the next patch to come out before doing that. Man, the sound effects are at least... The sound effects for the nuclear bombs are really satisfying. Oh. Did you hit yourself? Oh my god. How? Was there an enemy right in front of you and you're just like, yeah, semi-brief? That's kind of crazy. Man, this thing is big considering it's only 55 deployment. No. It's only 45. No, it's this one. Yeah, it's 55, so this is less than a Paragon, but it's way bigger. I mean, bigger doesn't necessarily mean more stats, but certainly imposing. Awesome, okay. I think we do want officer training. For the Mimikko assistants, because they do benefit from this. Confirm. Alright. That gives me enough to upgrade this thing. Get that one extra point of stability. So that's going to be nice. I think actually we want to turn that off and then turn that back on. Yeah, so it'll slowly work its way back up to full effect. Condor. Yeah, mini brief is balanced. It kills you as much as it kills them. Fair and balanced. I mean, when it comes to nuclear weapons, you could just choose not to use them if you're truly concerned about balance. Then I would just not use them. Auroran crates. Okay. Well, they're mine now. Sorry, scavenger. Oh, you want to fight? Okay. Good luck with that. I mean, you really don't stand a chance here, to be honest. I am not sure where it was aiming at. I'm kind of impressed that it's hitting these mini briefs. You would think a frigate would be able to dodge. It has ECCM, right? Nope. It doesn't even have that. Yeah, I don't know what these guys were thinking. I guess they're probably scripted to just attack you if you take the Aurora crate, to be honest. I don't really see any other way that they would think that they stand a chance. Meaty sound of semi-breathe is nice. Yeah, the sound effects on that are nice. They definitely convey the power. Because there are a couple of missiles in vanilla that don't quite... Like, the sound effects don't quite match up to the power. Like, I think the Reaper could use a little more oomph, you know? The Rift Torpedo, I think the sound effect works really well, but the Reaper does sound a bit... I think it uses the same sound effect as every other torpedo, even though it hits, like, 3 times as hard. A lot of EMP damage to the Lynx's waist by aiming at nothing. Yeah, I think it's trying, because like the final, like at the end of the beam, it fires a projectile and it's trying to like lead its shot. So against frigates, it often ends up just like completely missing. Against larger targets, it's not as much of an issue. Yeah, see, against the Venture, it's not an issue. Is there anything back here? No. Why was it trying to defend the point? How odd. I'll take the free stuff. Why not? Remnant raid, huh? How peculiar. Let's see. The gate hauler is still 150 days. Level 5? Pathetic. As if I need a level 5, please. What do I get for you? Probably not bad. Well, I did talk about Energy Weapon Mastery possibly being good on that one. I did speak of this. Helmsmanship is probably going to be good on this one. It does feel like it needs a bit more maneuverability. You, I'm not sure. Yeah, the other two I'll have to wait. 2 points, okay. Yeah, I think we're saving up story points to collect the next assistant. Oh no, they did, okay, yeah, no. Wait, what? Huh. Look, it says New Neo Tokyo here, but when you click on the planet, it says Shin Karikawa. Okay. Yeah, they all have at least one extra outfit, huh? Alright. Alright, that looks pretty good. Weird anime thing that people are modding into their stuff. There's a RimWorld mod with them as well. Yeah, I don't doubt that. What's the Mimikko Assistant thing? Mimikko Assistant is like special modded characters that have like side quests to unlock and then have unique abilities. And all of them are anime girls. And apparently you can change their outfits. It's the best thing, it should be every game. Well, that's an opinion, Mike. Mipa. Almost called you Mike. There's no K in there. Alright, I think I'm going to call it early here, because I am a little tired. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to fall asleep already. So anyways, yeah, next week we're going to... I think next week is going to be the simping episode, where we suck up to the Auroran officials and all of the queen and whatnot. The mod needs anime girl death whales whenever their ship goes down. That's not a bad idea. Add anime girls screaming like death whenever their ships blow up. This is a smart idea. I approve. Alright, yeah. There we go. So, that being said, go hack your anime body pillow and take a nap. Great idea. Fantastic idea. When's the next Darkest Dungeon playthrough? That's true, I do want to start another one. Not sure when, but I will do another one. Alright, yeah. I guess that's what we'll call it for today. Thank you all for watching. See you next time, and take it easy.